The year of evolution, 1991. The scenic coastal town, Mangalore, was witness to a new era in the field of medical education. The Islamic Academy of Education, a non-profit trust committed to the upliftment by the entrepreneur Mr. Yenepoya Abdullah Kunhi, perceiving the potential of Mangalore suburbs to be a prospective educational hub. He began the establishment of colleges with the principle of excellence in professional education, which flourished into a full-fledged university, providing training in medicine and all its parallel fields. Currently, Yenepoya is a dynasty of educational institutes like Yenepoya Dental College, Medical College, Nursing College, Physiotherapy College, Yenepoya Pharmacy College and Research Center, and Yenepoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management were further established to offer education and research in the areas of pharmacy, management and general education. Yenepoya offers a plethora of courses with 89 ongoing and 20 approved and proposed programs. The PhD program has been introduced in 39 departments and research center as per the UGC regulations. The medical college also offers undergraduate courses in technical programs like medical lab technology, medical imaging technology, perfusion, renal dialysis, anesthesia and OT, cardiovascular technology, respiratory care, optometry, as well as hospital administration and others, to name a few. Students are presented with ample opportunities to find their niche. Spread over a sprawling 36.76-acre campus at Teralakatte, Mangaluru, all the constituent colleges are provided with excellent infrastructure to impart knowledge. Spacious examination halls and 19 lecture halls have the electronic support system to engage students eloquently. Practical training is complemented with well-equipped laboratories. The anatomy dissection hall introduces students to the intricacies of the human body before undertaking clinical examinations and procedures. Well-equipped pathology and biochemistry lab foster the importance of diagnostic procedures to implement treatment. The central laboratory is a key unit, conducts number of diagnostic and confirmatory tests. Many significant in vivo researches are conducted at the Animal House of Pharmacology lab. At the Nursing Nutrition lab, aspiring students learn to put together a nutritious meal for the benefit of their wards. Pre-clinical exercise at the Physiotherapy lab enhances clinical understanding. Dental simulators prepare students to handle clinical scenarios. The Simulation Center at Yenepoya is the largest in India and trains students in a virtual environment to mitigate errors and maintain safety. This includes a number of unique state-of-the-art facilities like Anatomatch table simulating the human body, a number of high-fidelity simulators like infant, adolescent, adult and maternal fetal simulators are housed here. Students seeking to further their knowledge can do so with CPR mannequins, endoscopy, laparoscopy trainers, cath lab and ultrasound trainers. The Simulation Center is a milestone aimed at perfecting the skills of trainees and delivering excellent treatment. Comprising of well-stocked central library, housing thousands of books, journals and publications, regularly updated via digital media, with 7 museums documenting various areas of health sciences. The Dental Museum being the most advanced, affirms Yenepoya is not just a university for the students, but a knowledge center. Students at Yenepoya acquire valuable experience during hands-on training at the medical college and hospital with above 2,000 outpatients per day at OPD, a fully functional ICU, general wards, blood bank, digital MRD, CSSD, oncology center and kidney transplant unit. Cath labs and OT have been established. The operation theatre is equipped with 14 state-of-the-art modular OTs with stainless steel makeup and HEPA filters and antibacterial and antifungal walls. The operating rooms have state-of-the-art equipment, adequately staffed with experienced professionals. They are customized for smooth delivering of operating procedures for super specialty and other routine emergency surgical services. The theatres meet quality standards envisaged under NABH norms. The state-of-the-art robotic surgery unit at Da Vinci Surgical Systems is a first in coastal Karnataka. Patients from all strata of society are benefiting from this advanced minimally invasive surgical system at a highly subsidized cost. Considering the demand for surgeons skilled in robotic-assisted surgeries, the university, in collaboration with Intuitive Surgical USA Inc., a global technology leader in minimally invasive robotic-assisted surgeries, has established an advanced surgical skills and robotic surgery training center, which is a second of its kind in the country. The Dental CAD Center is one of a kind in the city. The Radiology Department is one of our primary diagnostic centers equipped with ultra-modern units for diagnosis. The facilities are echocardiography, X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, and digital radiography. The 3 Tesla MRI has been installed for making use of highly advanced and reliable imaging technology for early diagnosis and treatment. There are only a handful of teaching hospitals in the country with this facility. The Yenapoya Research Center is a unique venture equipped with state-of-the-art mass spectrometric instruments and dedicated team aimed at groundbreaking research in newer fields of study, including biostatistics and information, molecular biology, toxicology, cell culture, stem cells and regenerative medicine, nanosciences and nanomedicine, microbiology and mycology, infectious disease and bioanalytics, also patenting the findings. The YU IOB Center for Systematic Biology and Molecular Medicine promotes further research in the branch of molecular biology. Center for Biomaterials and Medical Devices focuses on developing medical devices, biomaterials, and non-invasive methods for diagnosis and treatment of diseases. The Center for Health Professional Education conducts regular feedback sessions and training workshops to all faculty. The Center for Substance Abuse and Prevention is an active entity that performs extensive research and counseling on tobacco, alcohol, and drug cessation. Center for Ethics is proactive in imparting bioethics and medical ethics to the professionals and students in all. The Yenapoya Center for Craniofacial Anomalies is an initiative backed by a team of doctors dedicated to the study of cleft and craniofacial anomalies. At Yenapoya, social responsibilities are taken seriously. Many community outreach programs and healthcare delivery programs have been chartered for this purpose. The university has a dedicated rural healthcare and development center which caters to 27 sub-centers. The Dental College has 9 peripheral sub-centers in rural and outreach areas, and Physiotherapy College has 1 peripheral sub-center. With 8 hostels for both men and women, the campus is well equipped to provide students with a memorable experience. Students focus on overall development with the use of sporting facilities around the campus, which includes well-maintained sports ground, indoor stadium, and multi-gym, helping students to maintain their physical well-being. The university boasts of an active NSS unit with over 500 volunteers. Renaissance, the students' annual cultural extravaganza, is a platform for showcasing their talents in curricular and extracurricular activities. Along with being an educational center, Yenapoya is nature-friendly Green Campus. The Center for Environmental Sciences is dedicated to the sustainable development of the university campus. One-third of the campus is glowing with green. The primary attraction being Medicinal Garden, the campus boasts of initiatives like rainwater harvesting, solar panels, drinking water, and sewage water treatment plants. A central kitchen supplies sumptuous, hygienic food catering to all necessities. Yenapoya campus houses a prayer hall, cafeteria, mini theatre, laundry and daycare facility. Education is the food for the mind, body and soul. At Yenapoya, we deliver the best of everything to help our young minds enlighten themselves, making a difference to the world as we know it today. Discover your world at Yenapoya, harnessing the power of knowledge.
With DNA, fingerprints, handwriting, ballistics, the basic stuff of criminal investigations, Forensic Files viewers see the same evidence investigators see. But some evidence, like speed, distance, and weight, is hard to visualize. And for that, law enforcement and Forensic Files often turn to three-dimensional animation.
You pretty quickly can see, okay, this is going to need to be shown in 3D because we can recreate it, but it won't show every aspect of the crime. Sometimes it's where the body fell in relationship to the railing and where the car was in the intersection when the crime happened and where the shooter was standing.
Industry veteran Tim McGarvey, who handles Forensic Files 3D animations, says the technology gives viewers a way not only to see evidence, but entire crime scenes.
3D basically implies the ability for the viewer or for the virtual camera to move in three directions. A 2D animation is just an animation in which things move across the screen left to right and up and down. A 3D animation actually involves a virtual camera that moves around an object. It moves into this space.
Since factual accuracy is paramount, Forensic Files producers provide Tim with all the evidence prosecutors present to a jury.
We put pictures of the crime scene, pictures of the people involved, pictures of the cars involved, anything that will help him make the animation as accurate as possible.
One of Tim's more extensive assignments involved the episode entitled Step by Step. The prosecution claimed the son of a very wealthy Texas woman pushed her down this flight of steps to get her money. He claimed his mother fell in a tragic accident. To show what happened, the physical dimensions of the staircase were measured.
Now, if for some reason you want to disable that so that it no longer shows how many likes or how many dislikes your video has, you can easily do that in the settings. So the first thing we need to do is go to the YouTube video that we want to turn off the likes and dislikes for. Make sure you're logged into that account that posted that video. Then all you need to do right next to your name is select Edit Video. This will take us to the YouTube Studio Beta. Once we're in the YouTube Studio Beta, make sure in the left sidebar you have Details selected, and then at the tabs on the top, go ahead and select Advanced. Once we're in Advanced, scroll down until you see Comments and Ratings, and all you need to do is select Users Can View Ratings for this video. Go ahead and unselect that, and then go up in the top right and select Save. So now when we go to view our video by going to Basic and opening up the video link,
It's not possible for this woman to go
we can see that it only shows likes and dislikes. It's not showing a value.
The crime was ideal for a 3D animation because it was impossible to recreate with live actors.
We're not going to get an actress to keep falling over railings so we can show this, so we had to do it in 3D. So just how he set that animation up and how it really just nails home exactly what we're trying to show. It's got to be one of my favorite animations.
Sometimes something is so small that 3D is ideal. In the episode entitled Fired Up, the killer claimed a clothes dryer burst into flames, burning down his house and killing his wife. But for his story to be true, this valve would have to be connected to the dryer. When forensic analysts found a melted piece of brass on the inside threads of that valve, the killer's story fell apart. 3D allowed Forensic Files to show viewers a theory of the crime that ultimately persuaded a jury.
You can't get away with just showing pictures. You can't get away with just showing the recreations. You have to show the crime from angles that are just impossible to get, and the only way to get them is just to create them yourself with 3D animations.
When we start it, everyone has a different idea of what it's going to look like. Generally, when we finish, it always looks better and different than we thought it was going to look.
Thanks for watching Forensic Files.
When everything becomes linked with everything else, matter becomes mind, and the possibilities become endless. Imagine 50 billion IoT connected devices by 2020. Now, imagine the economic impact of these connected machines. $4 to $11 trillion per year by 2025. Wearable devices, environmental sensors, agricultural machinery, components in a vehicle, or devices in homes can all be connected to deliver insights and drive transformation. So imagine if you had smart devices in your home, your car, your workplace, or even on yourself. The world becomes alive. That's Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is making everyday objects into data factories. When Internet of Things, along with big data, meets artificial intelligence, this interface will become enlivened with intelligence, and a new world will take birth, which will increasingly talk back to us. Imagine the kind of world that it would be. Imagine the revolution it will usher in the way we see the world. The external world will become the extension of our mind, like an extension of our thoughts. Imagine a world that is responsive, a world that is optimized for human creativity, a world that is intelligent. The Internet of Things is a breeding ground for new AI-driven solutions and experiences, from self-driving cars to intelligent homes to health. Welcome to the world of endless possibilities. Welcome to AI and IoT Summit.
The science of solving crimes has changed, and it's all over TV and the movies. But does Hollywood get it right? Looking at maggots, blood spatter, or a bullet found at a crime scene. For the real CSIs, the secret is in the details, and there is no perfect crime.
Every criminal leaves a trace.
So get your facts straight and snap on some rubber gloves as we head to the forensics lab to discover beyond a doubt what's that about. Combing a crime scene for clues and turning them into evidence is guided by science.
Our goal is the pursuit of scientific truth, wherever that leads.
Which is why the real crime scene investigators are nothing like you see on TV.
It's not instant science as people might see on television.
In the real world, forensic science is a long, tedious process with checks and balances at every step. Analyzing a DNA sample takes days, not minutes. Nothing guarantees a bullet will match the gun. And blood doesn't always appear like magic. So when forensic investigators arrive at the scene of a crime, they're in no rush. They know their every move goes on record and that the margin of error is zero. On certain TV shows, crime scene investigators seem to do it all. They interview suspects and analyze clues. But that's not what real CSIs do. Senior investigator John Carey and his team do one thing and one thing only.
We are very specialized. Our job is specifically dealing with the evidence, going into the scene, collecting the evidence.
The work John and his crew perform creates the basis of the entire investigation. If they smudge a fingerprint or don't perfectly follow procedure, or if they contaminate the scene, the whole investigation can be thrown out of court, and a criminal could walk free. Thanks to TV, crime scene investigators have to deal with what they call the CSI effect when they testify in front of jurors.
If it doesn't match up with what somebody saw on a television program, which they now believe to be the way to conduct it, and they may feel that we did not do our job.
Another reality that rarely makes it into TV dramas is the mountains of research forensic teams rely on to do their jobs. In a murder investigation, for example, it's essential that investigators determine the time of death. They can use the stiffness of the body or its temperature as indicators. Is all about.
What we're looking for on the insects that we find on dead bodies, on corpses, are primarily the life stages of certain flies and beetles that will help us primarily determine time of death.
Bugs eat corpses. So the older the bug, the longer the body has been lying there. Once Dr. Haskell determines a maggot's age, he can work backwards and establish the time of death. Dr. Haskell finds all sorts of different insects on corpses, but the holy grail of forensic entomology is the blowfly.
I love them. I just love them. These are my girls. The food source is specific. They don't go to fecal material. They don't go to garbage. They go primarily to rotting meat or initially fresh meat that becomes rotten over a period of time.
Haskell uses the blowfly because its life cycle runs like clockwork. When a blowfly lays eggs, they'll transform into maggots within the first day. As a maggot feeds on the corpse and gets bigger, it sheds its outer skin. The maggot will grow a hard shell and transform into a pupa while safely inside. Depending on the species and the temperature, the adult blowfly emerges a few days later. If Dr. Haskell can determine the age of a fly plucked from a corpse, he'll be able to estimate the body's time of death.
You got the truck ready to go? I'm driving.
Dr. Haskell and his two assistants are on their way to pick up today's test subject, a 100-pound dead pig.
We're gonna go get some dead pigs. Whew, does it stink? Yeah. And you guys can have the head and I'll take the butt.
The carcass is brought to Dr. Haskell's own research facility in upstate Indiana. As the pig decomposes, they will study the evolution of the blowflies growing on it.
The reason we're using pigs in our experiments is that we found that the pigs will approximate human decomposition almost identically with regards to the insects that they attract. Maybe by this evening we'll have maggots. Yeah, at least by tomorrow morning we'll have maggots. Little teeny tiny ones, but they'll be maggots. I'm hungry.
Dinner is served for the maggots.
Maggots just feed voraciously, and that's why we talk about the maggot sounds. It sounds like the biggest bowl of Rice Krispies you ever heard. Snap, crackle, pop. Okay, well, let's go that way then.
After lunch, Dr. Haskell and his assistants return to the field.
We're heading back to of death, as we call it back in the woods, for R to collect some specimens regarding larval specimens and then some adult specimens so that Matt can have his adult female flies to lay eggs so we can do some testing on growth and development. It's nice to be this far away from the house. That way we won't smell it.
The year of evolution, 1991. The scenic coastal town in the field of medical education. The Islamic Academy of Education. The year of evolution, 1991. The scenic coastal town, Mangalore, was to witness a new era in the field of medical education. The Islamic Academy of Education, a non-profit trust committed to the upliftment
Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. A very good morning to one and all. I, Dr. Sharina P., Vice Principal of the Enapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management, Enapoya deemed to be university, welcomes you all to the Diksharam, the Student Induction and Orientation Program 2020. First of all, congratulations on your decisions in choosing this prestigious institute for your education. The purpose of this orientation is of introducing you students to our leadership, its values and ethos, to the members' messages from Honorable Chancellor Mr. Enapoya Abdullah Kunyi, Honorable Pro-Chancellor Mr. Muhammad Farad Enapoya, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Chief Guest of the event, Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. B.H. Shripati Rao, Guest of Honor, respected Registrar Dr. K.S. Gangadhara Somayaji, Guest of Honor, respected former Vice Chancellor of Kannur and Calicut Universities Dr. M. Abdul Rahman, Guest of Honor, respected Controller of Examination Dr. B.T. Nandish, respected Finance Officer Mr. Bao. It is my distinguished pleasure to welcome you all here to this program. I also extend my warm welcome to our principal, Dr. Parvadavartini, and all the principals and deans of all the constituent colleges, all the teaching and non-teaching staffs, students and parents present in this program. To take the ideal path and to seek the power to face the challenges, acquire spiritual strength and self-confidence, I request Mr. Anas Ahmad Shihan to recite a verse from Holy Quran.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فتعالى الله الملك الحق ولا تعجل بالقرآن ولا تعجل بالقرآن من قبل أن يقضى إليك وحيه وقل رب زدني علما. So high above all is Allah, the Sovereign, the Truth. And O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, do not hasten with the recitation of the Quran before its revelation is completed to you. And say, O my Lord, increase me in knowledge. صدق الله العلي العليم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Anas. It was the unflinching dedication of a great visionary, the late Enapoya Moideen Kunyi, over a span of half a century, The Yenapoya Group has grown into a robust conglomerate. Under the guidance of our visionary Honorable Chancellor, with his son, the Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Yenapoya deemed university with the motto, Rabbi Zidni Ilma, O Lord, increase me in my knowledge, continues to serve the society at large in the field of education. 5 days student induction and orientation program is intended to empower the aspirant learners to face the competitive world with confidence, open new horizons of life, leading to character building based on universal human values such as truth, righteous conduct, love, non-violence, peace, and assist in developing self-awareness, compassion, and oneness. Now I invite Ms. Chaitra Shetty to introduce respected registrar to the gathering.
Good morning, one and all. It is a great honor for me to introduce and welcome Dr. K.S. Gangadhara Somayaji, Honorable Registrar, Yenapoya Deemed to be University. Dr. Somayaji is a senior ENT surgeon and a great teacher. He is an accomplished writer with 53 published research papers, case reports, review articles in indexed national and international journals of repute. He has been resource person, faculty, chairman, moderator for various otolaryngology-related workshops, CME, and conferences at state, zonal, and national levels. His areas of expertise and interest include micro-ear surgery, endoscopic sinus surgery, and cochlear implantation, in addition to medical education and research. On behalf of all gathered here, I welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Respected Chancellor Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, other statutory officers, deans of the various constituent units of the deemed to be university, our academic advisor Professor Abdul Rahman, the faculty from the various constituent colleges, and my dear students. It's my privilege to be here virtually, though, to give this welcome address. Of course, it would have been a different scene altogether if we were to be physically seeing each other. You know, it's more than 1,000 students, as I'm aware. 1,000 students sitting in front of you and you addressing them on the dais. It's like, you know, playing cricket in Eden Gardens. So such feeling, unfortunately, today I'm not able to have because of this COVID scenario. Of course, it is neither in my hands nor in your hands. The situation has mandated us to do this particular inaugural function virtually. It's a mandate dictated by the University Grants Commission that we need to conduct the inaugural program and follow that with an induction program, which can vary from days to weeks, depending upon the students' needs and necessities. The basic need for induction program of this kind is basically because the students, when they enter into an university system, will come from probably a board school, PU board or the central board, and they are coming to an university which is a totally altogether different kind of system. And also the students would have come from different areas with the different linguistic as well as cultural backgrounds. It's important that they need to adjust to the new place of learning. Probably they are going to spend maybe from 3 years to different years depending on the course in this particular university. So definitely they need to acclimatize themselves to the situations in and around. And that is the reason why UGC has mandated us to conduct this kind of induction programs where the students will be made familiar with the system of the university, what they are going to learn, and the facilities available in the university. And such things probably you will learn in detail from your teachers later on. It's my privilege, as I said already, to be here today as an officiating person of the university to welcome you all. I wholeheartedly welcome our Honorable Chancellor on behalf of the university, because of whose vision we are from a single college in 1992, it was under the Islamic Academy of Education, to 8 constituent units in 2020. Probably the 9th one is going to start soon. So I've grown in leaps and bounds over the years to come to this stage, and definitely you all will realize that you have made the right choice to join this university, because consistently and every year after year we have been ranked within top 100 universities in the country by National Institute ranking framework. I also welcome our beloved Vice Chancellor, who is in his second term as the Vice Chancellor and who has guided us all these years to, from 4 colleges, he has taken it to 8 colleges. As I said already, he's going to add 1 more to our fraternity. And it's all because of his dynamic vision and also the activities we are able to do such kind of developments in the university. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. I welcome our Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Shripati Rao, who is the senior most academician here, who was the principal right from the beginning of, the dental college, few years from the beginning of the dental college, and who has served for more than 25 years in this university. And now he has become the Pro Vice Chancellor, and I welcome you, sir. I welcome our my colleagues in the office of the university, Dr. Nandish, the Controller of Examination, and Mr. Muhammad Baba, the Finance Officer. I also welcome Professor Abdul Rahman, former Vice Chancellor of Kannur and Calicut Universities, and who is our academic advisor. I welcome Professor Dr. Parvatavardhini, who is the Dean of the Faculty of the Arts, Science, Commerce and Management, and also the Vice Principal of the college, Dr. Sharina. I welcome among others who are there and last but not the least, the students who are waiting to join the course, and also their the proud parents who are in the process of getting their kids to the university system of learning. I wish all the students a happy learning in the next few years, the number of years you are going to serve, study here, and I wish you all the very best. And I thank the organizing team for having given me this opportunity to welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and a warm and hearty welcome to you too, sir. Now I invite our principal to introduce our Honorable Vice Chancellor, our chief guest of today's event, to the gathering.
A very good morning to one and all. A very good morning to one and all. It is a great honor and pride for me being given this opportunity to introduce our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. M. Vijay Kumar. Apart from being our Vice Chancellor, sir is also a very renowned surgeon of national and international acclaim in oral cancer, thyroid cancer, breast cancer, esophageal cancer, gastrointestinal cancer, gynecological cancer, bone and soft tissue cancer, and pediatric solid tumors. Sir is an alumnus from the Madras University with an MBBS. Further, sir also qualified with the DNB General Surgery from the National Board of Examinations in New Delhi. Also qualified with the MCH from the Bangalore University in Surgical Oncology. Sir has completed his PG DHMS from the Annamala University in Hospital Management, and the very famous FRCS from the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, Glasgow. Sir started his illustrious career at the Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology in the Department Surgical Oncology as a senior resident, and moved on to be a professor and head of department of the same organization And in the meanwhile, he was also the director of the Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology, and which he, in his personal capacity, raised from the regional center to a state level center, which got recognized by the Government of India. Sir was the Honorary Secretary of the Association of Surgeons of India, City of Bangalore, and for Karnataka State, and the chapter of Association of Surgeons, and also for the Indian Association of Surgical Oncology at the national level. He went on to become the president of the Indian Association of Surgical Oncology in 2015. Currently, Sir also serves as the vice president of Ostomates India and the chairman of the task force dealing with health promotion and prevention in oncology in National Cancer Center under the aegis of the Tata Memorial Hospital, Mumbai. He has been an observer in the University of Heidelberg, Germany, University Combined Hospitals, London, UK, and India. Sir also has 50 national and international publications in peer-reviewed journals and over 60 presentations in national and international conferences. He has often been invited as an orator in many city, state, and national level associations and chapters related to his specializations and beyond. He has been invited as guest of honor for the British Association of Surgical Oncology UK, faculty and orator for European Society of Surgical Oncology at Liverpool, and as faculty of the Brazil Society for Surgical Oncology, and also is invited by the Chinese Oncology Society in Taiwan. All this, sir, is achieved between 2014 and 2017. For over 15 years, sir has been an examiner in the capacity in many leading medical colleges, particularly related to surgical oncology across the country. Sir has performed many live surgery workshops at national and international levels, seminars, conferences across India, and has organized live robotic surgical workshops at the Yenapoya deemed to be university. Sir is also an awardee of the Dr. Mahadevan Award, the Terry Fox Project, Terry Fox run Canada, and he's also been selected for the Travel Award to Phoenix, Arizona, USA by the Society of Surgical Oncology. Sir is one of the very few trained robotic surgeons, which he has taken as a personal pride in introducing to the Yenapoya Medical College, Hospital under the Yenapoya University, and currently leads us in the capacity not only as our Vice Chancellor, but also elevating the pain of many who have he has treated in his hands as a professor of surgical oncology since then. Thank you for this honor for introducing Sir, and Sir, I request you to deliver your address.
Very good morning. Thank you for that lengthy introduction about me. Respected Chancellor of the University, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Finance Officer, Controller of Examination, our Academic Advisor, Dr. Professor Abdul Rahman, the Principal of the Degree College, the Vice Principal, the teachers and the mentors of the colleges. More importantly, my dear students and their parents. You have done a right choice of joining us in this university, which is rated as NAC grade A, and in NIRF rankings, we are there within 100 for the past 3 consecutive years. Apart from the grading system, etc., if you go around, you will definitely observe and notice how good that university has now blossomed into from a single unit as a dental college. Now we have got 8 units with us, including the degree college which you have joined, and we have got more than 15 centers attached to the university. Apart from all this, we also give importance to the co-curricular activities and the extracurricular activities, which all need to be a part and parcel of the university learning for all of you. As the registrar pointed out, You may be coming from different streams, different areas, different languages, but remember, all get united in one place that's called as the university, and that's what we are proud of. We will be very happy to see you all with flying colors, not only move out of the university, but perform and excel in your lives as well. The graduation program for which you have all joined is going to be a very important turning point in every individual's lives, including mine. If I had not done well in MBBS, the question of my getting additional degrees and becoming a specialist in what I am today would not have happened. So that importance one should know, that you're all coming from PUC level or +2 levels, being in the school, maybe excited to come to the college and university. That excitement is welcome, but that excitement should not take you to the other side, which will not only deviate you from your focus, it may result in a destruction as well. The age is one which is very important from my point of view. That is why they say teenagers are not as young as children to do what they do. They are not so old to do what the adults do, and they do what nobody does. That is the problem in having this age group coming into the university. They are excited, they want to see the life as it is, and they want to enjoy. I am of a person who will not tell academic is the only thing which is important in life, but the main purpose of your joining is academics. That you have to be very clear. Unless you perform well in your streams, you will not get the necessary skills and become industry ready when you leave the university. Getting a degree is one issue. Getting ready for settling in the society is another issue. Both you will have to remember and go hand in hand. I do not know, because this is being a virtual, how many of you are actually listening to us. And a few of us, we may call that as we are old timers and getting bored. But it is our duty to introduce you to the nonsenses of what you are supposed to go through the next 3 years or 4 years in the university, in the college, in your department, and in the program for which you have joined. That is what this induction program is all about, and the orientation program is meant to make you understand and mentally prepare you for these programs. In this context, I would congratulate and compliment the organizing team headed by the principal, Professor Parvatavardhini, to arrange this program and inviting all of us to be a part of this. And also I thank, on behalf of the university officials and our respected Chancellor, for joining us, making time to address all of you. God bless. Jai Hind and Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement. Now I invite Mr. Mervyn to introduce our Honorable Chancellor to the gathering.
Good morning, all those who have gathered here. I take this immense pleasure to introduce our Honorable Chancellor, Mr. Yenapoya Abdullah Kunnesa. Sir is a self-motivated entrepreneur hailing from Karnataka, South India. He is an arts graduate from Mysore University. Among various other portfolios, Sir is also a member of Islamic Academy of Education, registered, a charitable trust, and the backbone of Yenapoya Medical College, Yenapoya Dental College, Yenapoya Physiotherapy College, and Yenapoya Institute of Nursing Sciences, all of which are currently under the ambit of Yenapoya deemed to be university, and the managing director of the Yenapoya Group, founded in 1940. Yanapaya Group started out of as a small timber trading concern and gradually began rapid forays into the fields of the timber and allied products, trading, transport, hospitality, minerals and granites, real estate, healthcare, education, and more. Sir is the Chancellor of Yanapaya Deemed to be University, Trustee of PA Educational Trust, Vice President of Badriya Educational Institution, Managing Director of Canara Wood and Plywood Industries Limited, Vice Chairman of Islamic Trust, a charitable trust, and ex-Director of Air India Limited and Indian Airline Limited, and many more. Mr. Yanapaya Abdullah Kunni sir, actively involved in many CSR initiatives and philanthropic endeavors. He is a proud recipient of several awards, including the coveted Karnataka Rajyotsava Award 1992 for his yeoman service rendered in the fields of industry, education, and social service. The Manal Srinivas Nayak Award 1998, the Rotary Vocational Award 1999, the Outstanding Manager Award 2006, the New Year Award 2008, and the Eminent Aloysian Alumni Award 2009 are just some of the laurel that our Chancellor is bestowed with. On behalf of the Yanapaya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management, we welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Now I request our Honorable Chancellor to give the presidential address.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I'm delighted to be the part of this online induction and orientation program. Warm wishes to all of my co-participants, including Vice Chancellor Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Registrar Dr. K.S. Gangadhar Swamiyaji, Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. B.H. Sripati Rao, Pro-Chancellor Muhammad Farad, Yanapaya, Controller of Examination Dr. B.T. Nandis, Principal Parvada Vardini, Vice Principal Dr. Shireen P., all my faculty members, my dear friends who are watching this program, my dear students. I'm going to understand that over 1,000 students are online in this Diksha Arambha. They have participated from many parts of the Karnataka, other states, and also from Middle East. A very warm welcome to all of you. At the very outset, I extend my heartiest congratulations to students of the 4th batch of UG degree courses at Yanapaya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management. I thank you for choosing our institution for your honored journey to fulfill your ambitions, and I assure you, you have made a brilliant decision. I encourage you to take advantage of our institution position as one of the country's premier institutions and make it the launch pad of your success. Parents and guardians play an important role in helping the student to make such vital decisions in life. Therefore, while extending my profound gratitude to them, it's also my earnest request to continue to be in touch with their progress and achievement in the same amount of care and concern. The respective speakers before me have already given you a valuable advice and information. So I shall be very brief. As you are all aware, the prevailing pandemic scenario has forced us to make many changes in the way our campus operates. Even this induction program had to be conducted through video conferencing. The dedication of our faculty and teaching staff and our resolve to provide quality education remains as strong as ever. However, I wish to reiterate to our students, in spite of all these new norms, many crucial things at Yenapoya have not changed at all. You can be assured of the best faculty who are all committed towards upholding our accreditation and national as well as international rankings. What I would like to stress is that I want you to all to be part of this commitment. One of the leading universities in the country, we are resolved to our effort to provide the best and most conducive learning environment for our students. We also have some of the best and latest infrastructure to make this possible. All our smart classrooms are equipped with the latest technology and comfort. Dear students, you are all training to pursue higher professional career. Today, unlike earlier days, there is much scope for extensive career opportunities, but success calls for involvement and perseverance. Therefore, it is my earnest advice to all of you to dedicate yourself from this very moment and work hard with dedication and focus. At the same time, I also want to stress that there is no room for compromise when it comes to discipline, dedication, and respect for rules and regulations, whether on campus or beyond. Respect for rules and regulations and respect for teachers, fellow students is a priority. Each one of you will remain our brand ambassadors while you are here with us, and more significantly, when you become an alumni. On this occasion, I fondly remember my father, late Yenapoya Moideen Kunji, the founder of the Yenapoya institutions, whose foresight and vision has made all these achievements possible. What I am today is all because of him and the blessings of the Almighty. I conclude with the apt and inspiring words of our former late President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam. You cannot change your future, but you can change your habits, and surely your habit will change your future. I pray the Almighty Allah to guide you and help you become renowned professionals, noted and respected by all of us, your parents, teachers, and your countrymen. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational and valuable message. Our Honorable Pros Chancellor, Mr. Mohammad Farad Yenapoya, has expressed his support and encouragement for the program and also congratulated the students in his absence. We thank you, sir. Now I invite Ms. Nikshita Shetty to introduce former Vice Chancellor of Kannur and Calicut Universities.
Good morning, one and all. It's a great privilege for me to introduce and welcome today's guest of honor, Professor M. Abdul Rahman Sir, former Vice Chancellor of Kannur and Calicut University. Sir is a man of deep humility and great bearing. All is academician whose whole life has been based on the quest for knowledge. Sir has completed his graduation in Mangaluru and then took up a career in research and completed his PhD degree from Mysore University. His field of specialization in environment genetic taxonomy. Sir has visited several universities and scientific institutions within India and foreign countries. He is a proud recipient of several awards, including Best Scientific Award 1997 and National Environmental Science Academy, Dr. Shivaram Karan International Suvarna Parisara Ratna Award 1998, Bharat Ratna Sir M. Vishwesharaya National Parisara Award 1999, recognized as a Man of the Year 2000 by the world prestigious American Biographical Institution, and many more. Sir plays a great jewel of importance on education and the virtue of hard work. On behalf of all gathering, I welcome you, sir.
Now
Thank you, madam. Yeah.
Now I request Dr. Abdul Rahman sir to address the gathering.
Thank you. Respected Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, officers of the university, Principal, Vice Principal, faculty members, and dear students. At onset, let me congratulate all the students for getting admission to different degree courses of Yanapaya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce, and Management. Let me wish you all the best, and we welcome you wholeheartedly to the university. Dear students, here I will be talking for 2 to 3 minutes regarding choice-based credit system, that is CBCS, because you have come from +2, after completing +2 you enter the degree. Up to +2, it is an annual program in most of the board, and here you are going to have CBCS system, that is what we call semester system. Earlier, in all the universities globally, including India, we had a rote learning. R-O-T-E, rote learning means it is a sort of by-hearting, having annual exam only. Now, in the semester system, each year you will have 2 semesters, and during 3 years you have 6 semesters in your BBA, BCom, BSc, and BCA courses. So totally 6 semesters. And instead of mark in the +2, here it will be grade. Well, the principal will organize webinars, a workshop, and give introduction to CBCS system, which is going to be part of your education. Before I going to tell about CBCS, I want dear students, be disciplined, work hard, then only success follow. It is said, life is not easy, success is not a rule, but a rare exception. I'll repeat, life is not easy, success is not a rule, but a rare exception. But for this rare exception, you have to work hard, you have to be sincere, you have to be disciplined. Now, coming to choice-based credit system, each year is divided 2 semesters. CBCS is a student-centered education system. Student plays a major role where you learn instead of by-hearting. It makes learning more scientific and systematic, unlike the annual system. Students will have the option to choose the subjects based on their interest and aptitude. In the annual system, once you take a particular subject, you have no choice. But here, if you take a science, you can have 1 or 2 art subjects. If you take an art, you can have 1 or 2 subjects of commerce. So you have the choice of different subjects, and without stream barrier. We say without stream barrier, like science, arts, commerce, etc., the disposal of students. The major deficiency of the present education system is that learning evaluated on the basis of rote learning, which is a memory-based and by-hearting. Whereas in credit system, the evaluation is continuous process. Now in CBCS, credits are assigned to each subject. Internationally, 1 credit is equal to 1 teaching hour, and 2 practical hour is equal to 1 credit. I'll repeat, 1 teaching hour is 1 credit, 2 practical hour is equal to 1 credit. Usually LTPS, L means lecture, T means tutorial, P practical, S is self-study. So it is known as LTPS system followed in choice-based credit system. In CBCS, marks are not important. In the annual system, road system, marks are given. Here is not mark, it's the grades or got a credit points and the semester grade point average, semester grade point average, SGPA at every semester and CGPA, cumulative grade point at the end of the final year. These averages are weighted average based on the performance of the students. Dear students, you have to be regular, you have to attend all the classes, you have to be very serious, and all the facilities are there in the Yanapoya College. Only thing you have to make use of it, especially with reference to library. Dear students, it is a continuous process. You can't say I'm going to read only at the end of the first year or second year, third year. You have to read every day, and every day there is a process. In the CBSE system, you are evaluated almost every day. Theory, practical, tutorial, self-study. So with this short introduction, I welcome you all and thank the organizer for giving an opportunity to take part in this induction program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your informative message. Now I invite Ms. Srijana to introduce our Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor to the gathering.
Dear students and respected parents, I take this privilege to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. B.H. Shripati Rao, Pro Vice Chancellor of Yanapoya deemed to be University, who has been conferred with the prestigious Fellow of Faculty of Dental Sciences, Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons from Glasgow, Scotland. Under his able leadership of 25 years, the Yanapoya Dental College has established one of the finest dental colleges in our country. He has authored several chapters in the popular oral and maxillofacial surgery textbooks and has published numerous papers in renowned national and international journals. He has also invited as a speaker at national and international conferences owing to his exceptional oratory skills. We welcome you, sir.
Can I start?
Yes. Now I request.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Honorable Chancellor of our University, Y. Abdullah Kunisa, Vice Chancellor Dr. Vijay Kumar, the Registrar of the University, Dr. Somayaji, Professor Abdul Rahman Sir, the Controller of Examination, Dr. Nandesh, Principal Dr. Parvatavardhini, Vice Principal, and all other faculty members, my dear students and dear parents. Much has been told about the significance of the Diksharambha or the induction program and also about our university. So I am not going to repeat the same. Though I spent almost about 27 years in this university, I have seen from the very inception how the university grew. One word I can say is that I am very proud to say today the Yanapoya University has carved a niche for itself in the field of health education and in other educational field. You have been given, recognized, and you have been honored with the rankings and NAAC grading, all that. So you all heard about it. So feel proud to be a student of this university. That's what I wanted to impress upon. My dear students, first of all, you should be thankful to Almighty for the opportunity given to your parents. No, it's not easy in the present circumstance for any parent to educate their child. They got an opportunity now. They are admitted in our college, under our university, and you are going to learn here. And you should be thankful to the university also, because the university has given an opportunity for you to study in this. So on the whole, you should be grateful to all of us, Almighty, your parents and all of them for the opportunity given. Now, one difference I want to stress upon is, see, all these years under the parental care, you had the schooling. You are not very serious when you are the teachers, perseverance, because you never knew the significance of studies. No doubt you have to have a good foundation. That's why the parents would have pressurized. But today, you are joining a university and you are joining a college where you will be getting a degree. So you have to be very, very serious, as told by our Professor Abdul Rahman Sir and others, that from day one you should be disciplined, you have to be regular, you have to be punctual to the class. All this, otherwise because now you are going to have semester system. You will have a very short period in which you have to assimilate a lot of knowledge. And today, mediocrity has no value at all. Unless you are excellent, you can't shine in this society. So you have to try your level best and see that you excel in your subject. So for which, from day one, you have to put up hard work and learn. And let me tell you one thing, that you have got excellent faculty who will guide you. And only thing is that you have to keep your ear open, mind open, and learn from them. That's very, very important. I'm not telling that once you join the college, you have to only concentrate on academics. Yes, along with academics, even other co-curricular activities are also very important. And you will see more of that in the Arts and Science College, because it's very, very common to have both. For overall development of an individual, it is very important that you excel in both. So that will be there, and you will not be deprived. Just to give a brief history of your own college, it started in the year 2017 with 2 programs. So let me tell you proudly that we have got 15 programs. That shows in a short period, we have progressed so much, and we have got so many other courses in pipeline in the future. So you can see that the college will really make a name in the future. Now, principal is going to talk to you later, but then being a principal for the last so many years, I would like to give you some small advice to you before I close my speech. See, dear students, you are all very mature now. You are getting into a college, as told by Vice Chancellor, that you have so many things in your mind. Okay, I am getting, going out of the house, I am going to stay in the hostel, I will be free, I can have my own life. Let me tell you one thing. This is the period, either you can make or you can ruin yourself. So you have to be very, very careful. My sincere advice to all of you, one thing is, nowadays there is so much of prevalence of the drugs and substance abuse all over the country that you have to be very, very careful. It all starts for fun and then end up with habits which you will not be able to leave. And I've seen so many students getting succumbed to this. So please don't ever try. And not only that, alcohol or any drugs you should never try. And not only that, we are very, very strict about it. We have zero tolerance for all this. So be careful not to indulge in this. And also the personal violence. It's very, very important. When you are teenage, for small things, you become aggressive, you start fighting each other. There's not tolerated. Let me tell you, don't get into all this. You should always remember in the back of your mind for what you have joined here. That should be there always. Then definitely you will be successful. One more thing I would like to stress upon is, once you join your course, you should not take frequent leave and go home, because you will lose the continuity of your studies. Avoid taking leave. As I told you, that is the semester system. You will have a very, very short period. So you have to be very careful not to miss. That's the reason I said you have to be punctual, you have to be regular, and you have to be attentive to your classes. And few other things which I notice and which I would like to stress is, I see nowadays the students don't have the habit of greeting their teachers or their colleagues. What do you lose? I'll tell you that if you greet your teachers or your own colleagues in the morning, you will have positive energy. I'll tell you. You feel so happy. There is no need that you have to put your head down and go. When you see your teachers, you make it a habit to greet them and wish them. And that will bring lot of bonding between the teachers and the students. And 2 other things which I want to stress is, absolutely there will not be ragging. Dear parents, we assure you that there will not be ragging in the thing, because we take all the measures to see that the ragging is totally avoided in the campus. But at the same time, dear students, don't unnecessarily stimulate the seniors. It will not be tolerated by us. You should not be the cause of the ragging. What due respect you give to your teachers, you also give to your seniors. You don't lose anything. They become your good friends later. So please, I'm once again stressing that our campus is totally ragging free. As I told you, that is also totally a drug free and alcohol free campus. So we have to be very, very careful. And one word to the parents. See, your responsibility doesn't end by just admitting your children to the college. I want all of you to frequently keep in touch with your teachers, your children's teachers, the deans and the responsible people, and know about the progress. If the student knows that the parents keep in touch with the teachers, they'll also be careful. Otherwise, you admit and go and come after 3 years, they're not going to help at all. So I want all of you to keep in touch with the teachers and know about the progress of your children. So once you come, see, it's unfortunate that because of the pandemic, we are not going to have this, physical contact and these meetings. We are forced to have this on virtual mode. Otherwise, we would have loved to interact with all of you. Don't worry, soon I'm sure all of us will be coming to the campus and we'll be meeting each other, and more frequently we'll be addressing each other. So till then, I wish you all the best. God bless all of you. I wish that all of you will come out in flying colors in the shortest period possible. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Now I invite Mr. Shahid to introduce our respected Controller of Examination, Dr. B.T. Nandish.
Good morning all. It's my privilege to introduce Dr. B.T. Nandish for today's induction program. Dr. B.T. Nandish has completed his master's degree from Mahe, Manipal. He completed his PhD from Yenapoya Deemed to be University. He is professor in Yenapoya Dental College. Having 20 years of teaching experience, he has worked under various capacity in Yenapoya Deemed to be University as Assistant Registrar, Deputy Controller of Examination, and at present, he is the Controller of Examination. With this brief introduction, I would like to call Dr. B.T. Nandish to take over the session.
Thank you, Mr. Shahid. Very good morning to all of you. Honorable Chancellor, sir, Honorable Pro-Chancellor, sir, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, sir, respected Pro-Vice Chancellor, Learned Registrar and Finance Officer, Professor Abdul Rahman, sir, Principal of Yenapoya Institute of Art, Science, Commerce and Management, Vice Principal, and my dear students. At the outset, I would like to welcome and congratulate all the students for choosing this esteemed university for onward journey to fulfill your dreams and ambitions. The dignitaries who spoke before me have given a very valuable advice and suggestions to all of you. I'll be very brief in my talk. Yenapoya is well known for discipline and moral values. This can only be achieved by strictly following the rules and regulations of the university. As a controller of examination, I would like to give two important tips for your smooth journey in Yenapoya Deemed to be University. Attend all the classes regularly. Only reasons for absenteeism should be the ill health. If you're not well, then only you should take leave. Otherwise, attend all the classes. Take your class test, internal assessment, sessional examinations very seriously, so you will not have any chance for failure at all. All of you are going to come out with flying colors. And as a controller of examination, I would just like to tell a few points about our examination system. With the immense support of the management, Chancellor Sir, Pro-Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, we have a very standard examination system in place. The whole examination process is digitized. We have a spacious examination halls, state-of-art evaluation centers, and a very important thing is results are given within a week after your examination. Our examination system is very transparent, and if you are not satisfied with your results, you can even request for revaluation or challenge valuation. And you have an option of requesting for your answer paper also. So our examination system is very transparent. And with this short information, and I would like to once again congratulate all the students and wish you all a pleasant journey in Yenapoya Deemed to be University. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your informative message. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. Now I invite Mr. Jeevan Raj to propose vote of thanks. Now I invite Mr. Jeevan Raj to propose vote of thanks.
I wish to express my gratitude to Honorable Pro-Chancellor Mr. Farad Enapoya in his absence. Thank you, sir, for your continuous support and guidance. My sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Mr. M. Vijay Kumar and our Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. D.H. Sripati Rao for addressing our students in spite of their hectic schedule. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Dr. Gangadhar Somayaji, Registrar, for the welcome address. Thank you, sir. I acknowledge my gratitude to Professor M. Abdul Rahman, former Vice Chancellor of Kannur and Calicut University, for his esteemed presence and guidance. I thank Dr. B.T. Nandis, Controller of Examination, for guiding our students and giving insight on their examination. Thank you, sir. We have been immensely fortunate to constantly guided and motivated by our beloved principal, Dr. Parvadavardhini Gopalakrishnan, and our Vice Principal, Dr. Sharina P. A deep sense of appreciation to them, without which this program would not have been successful. My heartfelt thanks to heads of various departments and all the faculty members for their enormous cooperation and dedication in organizing this event. I thank to all the parents for joining today's program. I would like to congratulate all the students on their admission and also extend warm welcome to Enapoya family. Thank you for joining the session and good luck on your journey with Enapoya. Thank you, one and all. Over to Sharina.
Thank you, sir. The formal function is over. Now let us take a break of 5 minutes.
No.
Now the online video will be played. All the students please be online.
So thank you.
Yes. Then is video.
This can be closed, right?
year of evolution, 1991. The scenic coastal town, Mangalore, was witness to a new era in the field of medical education. The Islamic Academy of Education, a non-profit trust committed to the upliftment of minorities, was established by the entrepreneur Mr. Yenapoya Abdullah Kunhi. Perceiving the potential of Mangalore suburbs to be a prospective educational hub, he began the establishment of colleges with the principle of excellence in professional education, which flourished into a full-fledged university, providing training in medicine and all its parallel fields. Currently, Yenapoya is a dynasty of educational institutes like Yenapoya Dental College, Medical College, Nursing College, Physiotherapy College, Yenapoya Pharmacy College and Research Center, and Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management were further established to offer education and research in the areas of pharmacy, management and general education. Yenapoya offers a plethora of courses with 89 ongoing and 20 approved and proposed programs. The PhD program has been introduced in 39 departments and research center as per the UGC regulations. The medical college also offers undergraduate courses in technical programs like medical lab technology, medical imaging technology, perfusion, renal dialysis, anesthesia and OT, cardiovascular technology, respiratory care, optometry, as well as hospital administration and others, to name a few. Students are presented with ample opportunities to find their niche. Spread over a sprawling 36.76-acre campus at Teralakatte, Mangaluru, all the constituent colleges are provided with excellent infrastructure to impart knowledge. Spacious examination halls and 19 lecture halls have the electronic support system to engage students eloquently. Practical training is complemented with well-equipped laboratories. The anatomy dissection hall introduces students to the intricacies of the human body before undertaking clinical examinations and procedures. Well-equipped pathology and biochemistry lab foster the importance of diagnostic procedures to implement treatment. The central laboratory is a key unit, conducts number of diagnostic and confirmatory tests. Many significant in vivo researches are conducted at the Animal House of Pharmacology Lab. At the Nursing Nutrition Lab, aspiring students learn to put together a nutritious meal for the benefit of their wards. Pre-clinical exercise at the Physiotherapy Lab enhances clinical understanding. Dental simulators prepare students to handle clinical scenarios. The Simulation Center at Yenapoya is the largest in India and trains students in a virtual environment to mitigate errors and maintain safety. This includes a number of unique state-of-the-art facilities like Anatomed table simulating the human body, a number of high-fidelity simulators like infant, adolescent, adult, and maternal fetal simulators are housed here. Students seeking to further their knowledge can do so with CPR mannequins, endoscopy, laparoscopy trainers, cath lab and ultrasound trainers. The Simulation Center is a milestone aimed at perfecting the skills of trainees and delivering excellent treatment. Comprising of well-stocked central library, housing thousands of books, journals and publications, regularly updated via digital media, with 7 museums documenting various areas of health sciences. The Dental Museum being the most advanced, affirms Yenapoya is not just a university for the students, but a knowledge center. Students at Yenapoya acquire valuable experience during hands-on training at the medical college and hospital, with above 2,000 outpatients per day at OPD. A fully functional ICU, general wards, blood bank, digital MRD, CSSD, oncology center and kidney transplant unit. Cath labs and OT have been established. The operation theatre is equipped with 14 state-of-the-art modular OTs with stainless steel makeup and HEPA filters and antifungal walls. The operating rooms have state-of-the-art equipment, adequately staffed with experienced professionals. They are customized for smooth delivering of operating procedures, for super specialty and other routine emergency surgical services. The theatres meet quality standards envisaged under NABH norms. The state-of-the-art robotic surgery unit at Da Vinci Surgical
A leader is one who lights a path to impossible and takes those who follow to the great heights. Good morning, one and all present here. It's an honor for me to introduce our respected principal, Dr. Parvadavardhini Gopalakrishnan, the sculptor of human character, a seasoned scholar, and a navigator of this flagship of knowledge, who has 17 to 19 years of academic experience. She was conferred with a doctoral degree for the thesis entitled Development of Model for Hospitality Management, graduate curriculum based on stakeholder perspective in the year 2019. She is a certified hospitality trainer since 2004 from the American Hotel and Lodging Educational Institute, USA. She has published 3 international peer-reviewed journals and also has won Best Paper Award at the 6th Indian International Hotel Travel and Tourism Research Conference and 7th Indian Hospitality Congress Annual Conference in the year 2016. Having 17 to 19 years of academic experience, she has served as an academic dean and the director studies at Bayesian Institute of Hotel Management, Bahrain. She has served as a vice principal, academic affairs at Indian Institute of Hotel Management, Aurangabad. Also, principal and HOI at the Welcome Group Graduate School of Hotel Management, Administration, Mahe, Manipal. She believes in ensuring the delivery of quality education which nurtures the overall development of the students. Now I request our beloved principal to address the gathering.
the previous speakers have said, though we started the college in 2017, we quickly and rapidly moved on from 3 courses to around 15 courses, and student strengths also grew. And with the visionary leadership of our Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor and the members at the helm of affairs here, including our Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Farhad, we've been so fortunate to develop some fantastic infrastructure, which is more than around 80,000 square feet of very modern settings and infrastructure. So you as parents will be very proud when you visit us once this lockdown is lifted, and some of you haven't seen our facilities and some of you will be visiting us. So dear parents, and of course my dear students of all the undergraduate courses that you have enrolled on at the Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management, congratulations and a very warm welcome to one and all. I'm sure you can hear me, and to you parents here, I take this platform to thank you for having given us your children, your sons and daughters, for us to develop further. And I'm sure you groomed them well enough that they would continue the path in which you have inculcated values in them till such time now. Like the previous speakers did say, education is not only about qualifying with a degree, and it is about an overall ethos of developing values, ethics, and lifestyles that are sociable and have enhancement to your personal lives and your intellectual lives and your qualifications. So at the onset, I would like to quote John Dewey, who said, "Education is not a preparation for life. Education is life itself." So, formally, on behalf of the team, my faculty, and the leadership at the university, I thank you. I thank you for seeking admission into the degree programs. And since I am the principal, I would like to formally invite you to the programs. BBA with 4 specializations in aviation and logistics, aviation, travel and tourism, entrepreneurship, international business and business analytics, logistics and port management. Then we have 4 specializations in BCom, that is honors with aviation and logistics, honors international accounting and finance, finance, taxation and auditing, and international management accounting. In BSc, we have 4 specializations. There's honors in forensic science, there's food science and nutrition, hospitality science, aviation, travel and tourism, and forensic science, data analytics and cyber security. So we have 3 specializations in BCA, that's big data analytics, cloud computing, and cyber security. We have cyber forensics, data analytics, and cyber security. We have robotics, machine learning, and artificial intelligence in association with IBM. The first program, data analytics, is in association with Microsoft. So these are the programs on which I'm welcoming you. Once again, I formally welcome you on these programs. So what is the anxiety levels that parents and students have at this moment is, you have got used to a schooling system where, like our previous speaker, Dr. Abdul Rahman, has already told you, how there's a lot of time for you to control yourselves, because in a school system you have 1 year to deliver and perform, but you're gradually moving into a semester format where you have less than 4 months in which you have to achieve the outcomes of the various courses. So there is a challenge. I'm not going to say problem. There are challenges in which you have to learn to manage your time and your priorities. So, and like our other speakers have said, Dr. Shripati Rao has also said, when you move into an environment, there are so many influences that you will have. So you have to learn how to manage the influences and know what to do, which is right, and what not to do, and how you know the purpose of your stay here, or the purpose of why you're here with us. And like most of the speakers before have said, we are in a very unprecedented historical event in the entire world. And these COVID-19 issues have created challenges for us in the way we unfold and start our classes. So the UGC will be continuously giving us directives on how we would go forward in starting our classes. And as and when we get the directives, we would be starting the classes, and we will be giving you due time and due time to prepare yourselves to be back with us. I understand you're all from various parts of the state and various parts of other states. And so you'll be having to be given time to be back with us. Now, all these decisions regarding how we go ahead with COVID is in discussion with our existing students' parents, the groups of employees, our community, the stakeholders, the board of management members, our administrative leaders, and medical professionals as how we should come back to taking the classes. So you should be rest assured that we are more concerned about your education, but even more concerned about your well-being when you come back with us. So we would be starting the teaching learning experiences in different formats. Of course, as all of you would like to be in the traditional format, which is where every day you have to come to class and you have to be with us for 6 hours in a day. If that is not possible, we'll be using some blended formats to make sure that you do not miss the critical needed objectives of the various courses that you're enrolled on. We would be developing ways and methods in which there will be no compromise on the educational inputs that you need to get from us. Of course, all of you know right now in your lives also that you will have to practice social distancing at all times. And this social distancing will go on for the next few years. It's not going to stop in a hurry. And whenever we do go on to an online mode, I request the parents to help your wards to be accessible online and to assist them in getting the required technology for them to be online. And we've also made attempts to get laptops for your wards, so you can be in touch with us regarding that. I also encourage the parents to frequently visit our web pages and the websites to look at the updates and see what kind of activities have happened in the past 3 years and what are all the regulations, timetables, schedules. Everything is there on the website for you to see. And right from the day you enroll with us as a student till the time of convocation, your processes are mapped in a very determined process, and we have a quality assurance cell that makes sure that everything has equity to students, and students are our priority, whether it's a simple exam or a test or a quiz or an activity. There are bodies and cells around us that make sure that everything happens in all fairness and equity. So what we would be doing is, in the course of the next 7 days, we would be slowly introducing to you and familiarizing you with the huge system that we have around us. And in particular, I would like to mention two very important people who you'll be in touch with very often: the student welfare officers, Madam Mrs. Sunita Prabhu and Mrs. Ubaida Shaukat, who will be your partners and guides and mentors in your quest for you to reach your academic and your personal and your individual goals in life. They would be coordinating all aspects of the co-curricular experiences, and our goal is to make sure that they're aware of what our expectations are on the course, and they have been with us. And there's not a day that goes by where we don't have their intervention in helping us to solve the challenges. We never call issues, they're all challenges. And I know when you come into this environment, you will personally have a different kind of a challenge, because you are different. You are from a different need, from a different community, from a different value system. So your needs would be different. So our student welfare officers are trained enough to handle each one individually and of course as a group also. Now, education, there's a lot of difference between why you all chose to be here in a proper, full-time, connected university, because you're going to go through a formal education. A lot of you would choose training. There's a lot of difference between training and education. In training, you would follow. In education, you would lead. As you all qualify and complete 3 years, and that dream day when you wear the black gown and the cloak and the cap, and your dreams are fulfilled, you will be leaders. You will create job opportunities. You will create businesses. You will create endeavors and based on what you achieve, not necessarily that all of you would go and take up a job at a frontline level. So yes, jobs as careers you will need in the beginning. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur, finally, in the initial stages, you should have worked somewhere, yes, for some time. But our dream is to make sure that you all are job creators after some time. We have developed a very beautiful system of mentoring, where each of you will be given at least about one mentor to about 30 to 33 students will be associated. You will be introduced to them in the next few sessions, where you will get to know personally who is your mentor, and the parents can also contact your mentors. And so it's a very well-built system that we've practiced for the past 3 years and working well, so that you're not uncomfortable with not knowing whom to contact when you have issues that are not the same as what some other student or some other parent may have. We do know that parents have different kinds of requirements and their economical crises and the backgrounds and what the community requires, etc. So we have mentoring and mentorship systems in place. So like Abdul Rahman sir already told you, you would visit the website and look at your curriculum in detail. You have choices of electives in your courses, and you can make intelligent, informed choices about what electives you'd like to take on, because it's a choice-based credit system. Whether you'd want to take it on in your own area or in some other area, you can make your choices. And at this point of time, I would like to formally and state with pride that I have an incredibly talented team of faculty who will be your guides and allies in your exploration of your life with us in the next 3 years. And they have great scholarly achievements in their own ways. We have extremely qualified faculty, some of them with industry experience, some of them with research experience, and some of them with academic experience. And there's a beautiful blend of faculty who have, it's like a melting pot where we have people from commerce backgrounds and IT backgrounds, hospitality backgrounds, and science backgrounds. So in all our programs, we are able to deal with it from all the perspectives of art, science, technology, and commerce. And anybody who has interests apart from what you're taking will always be encouraged to take up your interests with these faculties. They will be mentoring you even on your interests apart from what you came in as a course or a curriculum. I would like to say that education is like a very, very famous adage that says, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So education is about learning to fish for a lifetime. You do not need to always depend on this first entry-level job that you took up. Yes, you will all beginning, you will start there. But your mind maps and your training of your minds will work that you will learn to assimilate information around you to find opportunities. To find opportunities where nobody has been there before or nobody has dared to tread. You learn that, yes, from our system, you will learn that probably your faculty will tell you that risk is also very important when you want to go on after your graduation. Some of you would take post-graduation, some of you would join your family business, and some of you would, of course, be an entrepreneur. And for that, you would need to be committed to attending your classes with attention. Dr. Shripati Rao has already told you that you got to attend your class. There is no compromise on attending, whether it's online, offline, blended, face-to-face, attendance is very important. So, finally, I would like to encourage you that in your journey with us in the next 3 years, you should at your own levels be able to have the comfort of asking questions about the way things work here and get enriched on the way the journey is in the next 3 years that you're going to be with us. It is all directed, slotted out with processes. There will be no compromise on our processes as far as attendance is concerned, as far as your attention is concerned, or as far as your performance is concerned. We do know that everybody is not above average student. The normal consensus that we do have educators is we have to bring everybody to a threshold level. That is our duty, and we would do that. But your role is very important in that. If you are attending classes and you still have a performance problem, we have solutions. We have remedial classes for slow learners, and of course we have other ways for the rapid learners, wherein we have courses that is from the Coursera and Swayam, the credits of which you can transfer to your mainstream courses and take it off from the exams that you are expected to do. So all these explanations will be slowly given to you. But at this point of time, I don't want to make you anxious about the seriousness of academics, and which is serious because academics is your priority. You joined us believing that we are going to give you the greatest academic experience, and that we will give you. Now, as you set upon this journey today, henceforth, with attendance from every moment with us, you will hopefully become thinkers and good citizens of the country, because education is not only about getting jobs. The way you would lead your lives in future and lead as citizens, because you were here, you were with us, you were an alumni of this place. That speaks, because you will continue to be our brand ambassadors, whether you're with us or after you leave from the thresholds of this university. So, in conclusion, I would want to give you 3 points. That is, you should remember that you are the only person to take responsibility for your learning. Nobody else can take responsibility for your learning. And also remember that you are the only person who can make the most valuable control of your most precious time. If we tell you that you have a 1-hour class, it is up to you to know how valuable that 1 hour is. If we're telling you 3 hours, it's up to you. So the second point is you are the only person in control of your time. And the third point, which is very important, is you should learn to accept differences. As you come into this environment and you meet 1,000 students from various backgrounds, learn to embrace the goodness that is around you. Do not follow things that you are aware is not right, but you still feel somebody else is doing it, so you should do it. So you will all be pitched into this environment that is complex in the beginning, but slowly as a young adult, because you're all going to be around 18, you will learn to follow these 3 principles: that you should take responsibility for your learning, you should take responsibility for your time, and you should learn to respect the differences of others. And these are the 3 points which will make you a good person with positive attitudes and with good thoughts. Because when you come into a college, it's about food for your mind, for your body, and your soul. And when it's food for the mind, it's your intelligence, and you have to learn to manage your soul and your body. Good food, good exercise, good sunlight, good practices in the way you abuse your body through any other forms of substance abuse, etc. All this you should be aware of. You've seen our previous speakers also discuss this openly. We're going to be dealing with this very openly, that it is a societal problem, and we have to deal with this. So you please take charge of your lives, take charge of your time, and take charge of the differences and opinions that you may have in your lives when you live with us for the next 3 years. We recommend that you attend classes, and if your attendance is there, we'll make it. We as a team would make sure that you're able to fulfill your academic requirements. As a principal, my chambers are always open for issues and discussions and challenges. I wouldn't want to call them issues. So I am equally waiting for the opportunity to see you all face to face. I know names, I know numbers and campus IDs, but we are all as a team looking forward to seeing you and knowing you as individuals. All parents are welcome to visit us once the lockdown is relaxed, and meet us and meet the mentors at least once in the next few months, so that you as parents also know there is a face to the name, and you can identify and you can be in touch with us. So congratulations to each one of you. And thank you for being on this session on the YouTube. And of course, it is recorded. You can go back to it and view it at your leisure also. But congratulations and welcome to the Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management for the batch of 2020. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your encouraging and inspirational words. Once again, I thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Ms. Carol to introduce our administrator, Ms. Naseem Banu, to the gathering.
A pleasant good morning and a warm welcome to one and all present here. I am pleased to introduce before you Mrs. Naseem Banu, the administrator of Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management. She has worked in various institutions, holding various positions. She began her career from teaching profession and worked as a headmistress, coordinator for academics for CBSE and ICSE syllabus. She also worked as an administrator and institute development officer for a reputed college in Mangalore. With her vast experience of 23 years in the field of education, we are pleased to have her as an administrator of Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management. She is also heading the admission department of Yenapoya University. By her outstanding performance, she has contributed towards the achievement of organizational goals. We welcome you, ma'am. Thank you for being present here today. I request you to speak and enlighten our students. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Carol. Honorable Chancellor, respected Vice Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, University Advisor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Principal, other dignitaries, and my dear students, a very good morning to one and all. My dear students, as an administrator, it's a proud moment for me today to address you all. Once again, I welcome you all to the Yenapoya family. I hope you all are safe and doing fine with your families out there. Students, I know it's a little unfortunate that I have to brief you the rules and regulations, code of conduct online, which is hardly applicable without your physical presence here in the campus. Still, I feel days are not far where we will reunite ourselves and make a beginning from this campus. Well, with this positive note, I shall brief a few important points as follows. Students of Yenapoya Degree College are expected to be well-groomed, disciplined, and duty-bound in their behavior. Students are to ensure that they remain in complete uniform along with the identity card in the campus as well as while going back to the hostel. Uniforms by the college should not be altered by the students at any circumstances. Every student should be well-groomed and presentable. While attending the online classes, kindly ensure you are on time and regular. Shortage of attendance should not be allowed to answer the exams. Irregular attendance, habitual late coming, discourtesy towards the faculty, damaging the college property, participation in educational activities, misconduct, strikes, etc. are sufficient reasons for punishment where suspension from the college, withholding of scholarship and fees, fine, etc., including of dismissal from the college can be done. Cell phones are strictly prohibited in the classroom and on the campus. Students will be penalized if caught flaunting the rule. Any damage to the college, hostel property will be borne by the student as fine. Unauthorized books, Magazines, posters, CDs, photos, etc. are not to be brought to the college. Students are not allowed to bring their personal vehicles to the campus. Hostel facility is well equipped with all standard requirements. Good room space with individual cot, storage facility, study table, Wi-Fi, clean washrooms, laundry facility, along with hygienic food is provided. Study timings, indoor and outdoor sports is also well planned for the overall development of the students. Hostel students have a well-equipped gym facility as well. A wholesome, tasty meal is served to the hostel students, both veg and non-veg, giving special attention to hygiene. Every month, menu has been designed, keeping in mind the taste buds of the students across the country. Another important factor, NFIR does not tolerate ragging of any sort and intends to take all possible and precautionary measures to ensure that university campus and hostels are ragging free. Ragging in any form, in hostels or in the institute campus, is not permissible. Any act that affects the mental health and self-confidence of a fresher or any other student with or without any intent to derive a sadistic pleasure showing of power, authority by a student or any fresher to any other student will not be tolerated. Strict action will be taken by the anti-ragging committee. Possessing or consuming abusive substance, including alcohol, tobacco products, any recreational drugs are strictly prohibited. Smoking inside the hostel and campus is strictly prohibited. Keeping of medicines, drugs without doctor's prescription, drinking alcohol beverages, or using any other narcotic drugs and intoxicant of any kind inside as well as outside the institute campus is strictly prohibited. Hostel timings to be strictly followed. Students are supposed to be in the hostel premises by 6:30 p.m. Attendance will be taken by the wardens at 7:30 p.m. Dinner will be served between 7:30 to 9 p.m. Students are not allowed to stay in PGs, relatives, friends' house without the permission of the hostel wardens. For seeking leave from the hostel, the boarders must submit the application form supported with the parent request. Disciplinary action will be taken against students who will involve in arguing, abusing, use of foul language, or indecent behavior with the fellow boarders. Use of electrical heaters, electric stove, speakers, or any other similar electrical appliances in the hostel room is not allowed. Organizing meetings, functions, parties in the hostel without the permission of the warden is not allowed. Also, the management of NFIR has provided modern facilities, good infrastructure, and education to the students. We have air-conditioned, digitalized classrooms. We have well-equipped, complete computer lab accommodating 400 students. We have a well-stocked library with digital resources, spacious cafeteria with tasty and hygienic snacks served from our own N Cafe, well-organized transport facility, a well-planned menu with veg and non-veg served from our own kitchen, food craft, biometric system, and professional security in place for your safety. Disciplined wardens to take care of your needs. Medical facility is provided round the clock. We have various clubs where the students can showcase their talents under the guidance of their able mentors. My dear students, we are all facing a situation which is not in our control, but we can do our best by following all the norms and rules required to stop the spreading of this pandemic. I'm sure with all your support and cooperation, we can make this academic year 2021 a successful one, beating all the odds of this pandemic. We are very eager to see you all in this beautiful degree campus, and so you are. I wish good luck to each one of you. God bless you all and your families. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your. Thank you, ma'am.
for your valuable message. Now I invite Ms. Dwani to take over the session.
Introduce.
Good morning, one and all. Respected dignitaries, faculties, and the students. On behalf of Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce, and Management, I take this opportunity to welcome and introduce you to our guest, Dr. Javed Jamil Sir, Head of Islamic Studies and Research, Yenapoya Deemed to be University, Mangalore, and a former member of Monitoring Committee, Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India. He has been a consultant physician for 28 years, dealing in medical cases, and has implemented various projects on health and family welfare in collaboration with Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. He has authored 19 books and more than 600 articles on various issues in last 40 years. Sir has also delivered several hundred lectures on various national and international platforms and appeared in several dozens of TV debates and radio talks. He has won several awards and delivered lectures at national and international platforms. Along with this, he has coined dozens of new phrases, definitions, and concepts as well. On behalf of Yasin and all gathered here, I welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
He's speaking. Tell me, I think he's waiting for you to say. Sir.
Now I request Javed Jamil Sir to address our gathering. Dr. Javed Jamil Sir to address the gathering.
No, he's asking whether. Can you hear? Tell him. So your mic is off, sir. We can't hear you, sir. Okay.
Sir can see, you can tell.
Oh, wait.
Sir can see you.
Yeah, but then mic. So you're not audible, sir. Sir, you're not audible, sir. He's not audible. No? Sir is speaking, but Javed, sir, but we can't hear. He has problems.
Yeah.
So we can. Whom is he calling? Then we can move on to the. It's muted, is it?
Yes, sir. IT department. Sir is here in the IT department.
Downstairs. I think he can come here.
Not one minute. I'll call.
Can we proceed with
No,
Sumit
I'll
Anand?
call him. Speak.
No, can we proceed with, call him and say, can we do madams first?
Yes, yes, sir.
It's on or off?
On.
Sir, Javed sir, Dr. Javed sir, are you, can you hear me? Who's the next? We will do. 15 will go. What is that? Okay. Can we put up some filler in between? Now you talk.
Dear all, Dr. Javed Jamil sir will address you all shortly. We are so delighted that you have chosen to join us. So welcome to each and every one of you once again. Despite these very challenging circumstances in the midst of the global pandemic, I continue to believe that your time at Yasin is filled with as much promise of being transformational as at any time before. Consider how you can use your intelligence and act on your passion right here at Yasin to make a positive impact. We also urge you to operate from a place of empathy, curiosity, and humility. I strongly would like to give you a message that over the next few years, you are all going to transform in ways you cannot yet imagine. The experts here will inspire you. The classes, the experiences, the independence, all will create a positive change in you. And you may not know the changes every day, but this will happen truly over time. All please be online
while we fix the connection with Dr.
While we connect with Dr. Javed Jamil sir.
He's there online. Put something. Which one is going on, Mr. Bessie?
Let's start now. Hello, can I start? Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everybody. First of all, I'm sorry for being late due to certain technical problem. And first of all, I wish all the students congratulations for joining this university. This is such a big university and you will all enjoy here. Now, I have been given a very interesting topic, science and spirituality, to speak. Normally, what we think is that science and spirituality are two different things. This was what we used to think in the olden days. And still there are some people in the world who are basically atheists, who do not believe in spirituality has anything to do with sciences. So sciences and spirituality are normally in the past used to be considered something as separate. But the truth is that science and spirituality are very much common in the sense that both are meant for the benefit of human beings. Sciences and spirituality are not contradictory to each other, but complementing. Normally what we used to think that spirituality is religion, is the another name of religion. And many people think still that religion and sciences have nothing in common. But the truth is that both have many things in common. And in fact, if both are true to their aims and objectives, without the involvement of self-seekers and Western interests, then both can complement each other in bringing a better mankind on the surface of the earth. Because the nice thing is that we can define spirituality in terms of science, and we can define sciences in terms of spirituality. So for example, if I am asked to give a spiritual definition of sciences, then what I will say is that sciences are an endeavor to understand the laws of nature. Sciences are an endeavor to understand the laws of nature, including physics and biology and properties of matter created by God, and to apply them for the benefit of individuals as well as for the mankind. Now, this universe, most of us believe in India, most of us are belonging to one religion or the other. 95% of the people in India are believers in religion. Their religion may be different. Some may be Hindus, majority are Hindus. There are many Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, Jainis, even Parsis are there. So they may have their own way of worship, their own way of thinking. But all the religions believe in God. And it is God who created the universe. And God created the universe in a certain way, and He is administering it. He is implementing the laws of nature. First, God made laws of nature, laws of physics. Many of you might have learned in physics that how God created this universe. God created the universe and created the laws of nature. And now it was in the power of God alone that He implemented it in the universe. Because it is not easy thing for implementation of the laws of nature in the universe, because the universe is so vast. It is in fact so vast that 10 raised to the power 24 star systems are there, and 10 raised to the power 12 galaxies are there in the universe. It is so huge, and it is so huge also that light, which has a speed of around 3 lakh kilometers per second, still there are areas in the universe from which the light has not yet reached the earth. This is the vastness of the universe. Now this universe is being created by God and being governed by God. Now what sciences do? Sciences do apply the laws of nature, and what they earn through the properties of the matter, they apply these laws for the benefit of human beings. And here comes the law, this spirituality in motion. Because if we know that even moon is following the laws of nature, even sun is following the laws of nature, even sun, asteroids, meteors, everything is following the laws of nature. But they are following the laws of nature, laws of God inherently. It is in their nature to follow the laws of nature. They cannot go out of it. But God created human beings and gave them a free will. He gave them the right that either they should follow this life according to the rules provided by God, which are for the benefit of all the humanity, or they can choose their selfish ways, and in that way they can run the universe, this earth. Unfortunately, what has happened that human beings have become selfish, and they have become selfish not only at the individual level but in the organizational level also. And if I ask you, is it sciences that rule the earth today? Then my answer will be that no. Is it ethics or religion that rules the earth? No. It is basically the economics which is ruling the earth. And when market interests dominate, they try to create a system where they can even turn the human weaknesses into commercial markets. Now, for them, alcohol is a big market. For them, sex is a big market. For them, smoking is a big market. They are not concerned about the betterment of human life. They are not concerned about the health of human life. They first commercialize the problem aspect. They first sell the cigarette, and then they sell the treatment. They open big hospitals, and there all kinds of treatment are available there. So they earn through cigarettes, they earn through the treatment. They first provide drugs, and they everywhere now you have been listening to news in last 42 months. So much news about the drug trafficking in the country. But there are drugs they sell, and then there are drugs rehabilitation centers, which are also a very big industry. So sciences and spirituality have to combine if we have to bring the world together for a good life, for a human living. Now, if we scientifically speaking, what is spirituality? If we give a scientific definition of spirituality, then spirituality is an endeavor to achieve a higher state of consciousness, which helps one to do what is beneficial for the health and peace, and what is harmful for health and peace of not only oneself, but larger humanity, even the other components and creatures of the world. Now, this is the scientific definition of spirituality. One who is spiritually elevated, he does not simply think of himself. He thinks of others. He thinks even of the animals. He thinks even of the environment. And he does not want to do anything harmful to anyone, whether it is animate or inanimate. Now, because you people, most of people, you belong to social sciences, and you may consider that science is different and social sciences are different. Sciences normally are considered physics, biology, and health sciences, etc. And people think that economics and philosophy are a little different thing. But the truth is that social sciences are also sciences. They are now called social sciences. There was a period when it was called sociology, but now it is called social sciences because they are also related to the experimental proofs of what is happening in the world. We study different things. What is the impact of social problems on life? What is the impact of social problem on health? How family life is affecting the people? How different practices related to sex are affecting health. So these things are, so social sciences and health sciences and natural sciences are also correlated. But in particular, if any sciences are closer to spirituality, that is health sciences. Because health sciences specifically relate to human life. What is human life? How diseases develop, how we can continue to have a healthy living. So these things are taught in health sciences, and this is where we learn that when we do not follow the spiritual laws of God, we fall in trouble. We fall in different kinds of diseases. Do you know that these days in the world, at the world level, 7 crore people are dying every year due to the practices which are normally called social vices? Alcohol, gambling, sexual practices, prostitution, promiscuity, all these practices, they are leading so much death and destruction in the world. There are so many types of problems related to alcohol and cigarette smoking. More than 50 lakh people die of smoking alone. But it is still being sold because they are not concerned with the so-called forces, which are a combination of economic forces and political forces. They are not concerned about human health. They are more concerned about money part. Even now, these days, you are seeing that this coronavirus that has brought that health and economic angle at the forefront. They are at confrontation with each other. The governments are thinking more in terms of economics than in terms of health. This is common everywhere. I'm not talking of India individually. It is true of almost all countries of the world, including the Western countries like America, which tend to think that they are the most advanced people of the world. But their advancedness leaves them nowhere, because despite the fact that they know best what are the impact of health, what are the impact of disintegration of family system, it is in their country that these problems are maximum. The maximum problems related to alcohol, related to various kinds of crimes are there in European countries, in Western countries. Still India, though India is also now fast becoming westernized and the problems are here also, but still luckily these problems are a little less, though they are always on the increase, and it is agitated in India. How can religion, all religions together, I'm not talking of any particular religion, every single religion teaches what is good, what is honesty, what is bad and what is good. Every religion tells this, whether it is Hinduism, it is Christianity, it is Buddhism, all their worship methods of worship may be different, but their thinking about life is almost on the same lines. It will be better if we now in health, because health is a definition. Health is defined as previously it was defined, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But in last 25 years, they have added a spiritual component also. So health now is a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being. But somehow, still there is a confusion between mental health and spiritual health. They do not understand the real fine line between mental health and spiritual health. These are two different things. Mental health is about your ability to work normally, about your ability to understand things, about your ability to memorize things, about your ability to present, your control on your body, your sound, your speaking, your voice. All these things are related to mental health. Spiritual health is somewhat different. Spiritual health is regarding your ability to understand what is right and what is wrong. If you do not understand the difference between the right and the wrong, and you choose the wrong ways, mentally you can be very sound, but spiritually you are ill. So we have to learn that spiritually we have to become not only mentally healthy, not only physically healthy, but we have to become spiritually healthy also, because all these ultimately combine each other. When we are not spiritually healthy, ultimately we will give in to various kinds of unhealthy practices, and ultimately we will develop different kinds of breathing problems, heart problems, mental problems, even cancers. So many cancers are due to alcohol and smoking, because I cannot go in detail, because most of you are not going to enter the medical college or the health sciences. So, but this is the general concept. So spiritual health, I'm repeating it. Spiritual health means an individual's ability to distinguish between right and wrong, and resolve to lead a more righteous life, free of stratagems, deception, dishonesty, and selfishness. So you have to become honest, you have to keep honest, you have not to become selfishness, you have to think of others, you don't have to cause harm to others just for your sake. So if you are able to distinguish, then you are healthy. So again, I would like to say what is mental health. Mental health, while mental health, it represents the soundness of behavior and reaction to stretch situations, and the ability to lead a normal, stress-free life. Spiritual health denotes the ability of man to control his actions, to distinguish between what is right and what is wrong, to adopt what is right and to reject what is wrong, and to be able to work for the larger aims in life. We have not to just know, because we have to have the courage, to have the patience to reject what is right, what is wrong. For example, who does not know that cigarette smoking is injurious to health? It is even written on the packet, but still we smoke, still people smoke. So this means that despite the knowledge about it, they are not taking the right decision. They know what is right and what is wrong. They know that that smoking is bad and not smoking is good, but still they are indulging in smoking. Still they are indulging in alcohol. So they know that alcohol is bad. Alcohol is bad for health. Alcohol is not allowed in most of the religions. It is not disliked. In certain religions like Islam, it is particularly forbidden. But almost all the religions disfavor alcoholism. But we know it, and we know now because we are in a better position. Scientific advancement has brought us the statistics related to these issues. So we are in a better position to understand the impact of all these vices. So, but still, if we continue to drink, and under the impact of drink, we cause harm to our family members, to our neighbors, to society members, we indulge in crimes, then it means we are not spiritually healthy. A mentally sound person may be able to achieve his desired goal, but may still be spiritually ill, as he may try to achieve his desired goals through immoral or illegal means, may cause harm to others for his selfish interests, and may harm his long-term benefits for short-term gains. Now, this is another very important thing, that when selfishness confronts us, when selfishness is inside of us, then what we tend to do is that we tend to think for short-term gains, and we sacrifice long-term gains. And ultimately, it does not, it benefits us for only a small period of time. Then ultimately, it starts hurting us also, and our family members, our close relatives. So spiritually, it is said that heart and tongue are two important bodies, important organs of the body, which should always be in control. I am reminded of just now of a story of Luqman. Hakim Luqman, you may have heard it. He is known as the wise person. He's the wise person. His description is in the Old Testament also, in Quran also. He is talked about in many circles. What happened? Because he was famous for his wisdom. Once it happened that his master, because he was in slavery, he was a slave of a certain master, but the master was very pleased due to his wisdom. What happened that one day the master asked him to slaughter an animal and bring the worst parts to him. So he brought heart and tongue to him. Then after 2 days, he again asked him to slaughter and bring the best parts to him. Now he again brought heart and tongue to him. Now he was confused. Okay, when I said, okay, you bring the best parts, you brought the heart and tongue, and now when I said that you bring the wrong parts, worst parts, again you brought heart and tongue. Now he told that these are two organs. If these are the best parts in the best person, in a good person, they are the best organs of the body. And in a bad person, they are the worst organs of the body. Because a good person will always think good in his heart. He will never think bad of anybody. He will never think of harming anybody. But a bad thing, he will think bad of others in his heart. And similarly, a good person will always speak good things with his tongue. But a bad person will never speak. He will try to injure others through his bad language, etc. So, if you are spiritually healthy, then a spiritually healthy man has to be honest. He has to be honest. He has to be humble. He has to be polite, and he has to be kind to others. He is neither arrogant nor haughty. He is not selfish, and he is ready to make sacrifices for others. So these are in primary nature, these are the basic qualities of a spiritually healthy person. He does not indulge in evils, and he does not do anything that violates the interests of his family and society. Now, there are two kinds of laws. One is the laws of the land, which we call legal or illegal. And one are the moral laws, which are not written anywhere in the constitution, but we know it, what is good and what is bad. So a spiritually healthy person does not indulge in any illegal act and does not indulge in any immoral act. So legality and morality both are always in his mind. He will not do anything which is there. So it is important that we try to be excellent in character and excellent in behavior with teachers and fellow students, their seniors and juniors. Now I will like to have some pledges from you, because you are students. Students must pledge in their inner heart that, number one, they will never indulge in any substance of addiction and narcotic drugs. So they should take a pledge that they will never do it. Number two, they will not get involved in any immoral practices. Number three, they will try to be excellent in character and excellent in behavior with their teachers, their fellow students, their seniors and juniors. Number four, they will not indulge in any activity that may harm their own interests, personal and professional, the interest of their parents, other family members and relatives, the interest of the institution in which they are learning. They will not indulge in any activities that cause hatred against any religion or any community or people of any caste, color or religion. Love for all, especially the weak and underprivileged, makes God happy. So these are the things. If you want to make God happy, keep these things in mind. So this was the small, because some time was wasted due to some technical issues. So now I am trying to conclude it. In conclusion, we can say that sciences and spirituality are complementary to each other. Sciences tell us the effect of various actions and activities, and sciences give us the tools to make us our life better. But it is the spirituality which tells us what is good and what is right. Hope when you come here, when you join Yenapoya University in person, you will always try to be mentally as well as spiritually healthy, and you will try to present yourself in the best possible way. Thank you so much.
A big thank you to Dr. Javed Jamil, sir, for your efforts and giving us your insights on the coexistence of science and spirituality, and taking us to the qualities of being a healthy individual physically, emotionally, and mentally. It was truly enlightening, sir. Thank you so much. Over to you, Sharina ma'am.
Turn it on. Which room she is gone?
Now, I invite Ms. Shruti to introduce our Student Welfare Officer, Mrs. Srinitha Prabhuman, to the gathering.
Good afternoon. Welcome to one and all. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to talk to us on Code of Conduct. This topic is important because it teaches one to apply and evaluate principles in life situations. Our speaker, Ms. Sunita Prabhu, is a Student Welfare Officer at Yenapoya deemed to be University, qualified BSc and MSc Counseling and
psychotherapy in Bombay University, and also worked as an administrator in various educational institutes in Mangalore and took up counseling as a conscious career choice in 2009. She also conducted life skills sessions for Rotary and Lions Club members and gave talks on various subjects related to children, parents, and the family unit and the challenges faced by them in the present day scenario, and also conducted positivity and life coaching sessions. Dear all, please join me in welcoming Miss Sunita Prabhu. We welcome you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Shruti. Am I audible? Can anybody inform me in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Now, thank you for that introduction, Shruti, and welcome to all the students, the new batch of students of Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management. I am Sunita Prabhu. I am a counselor and psychotherapist by profession, and I'm also the student welfare officer in the university. I am here today to give you a few pointers on your code of conduct. Now, can anybody tell me? Now, this is going to be an interactive session. I need you people to be answering me in the chat box. So please be ready. Do not doze off. And please tell me, what do you understand by conduct? What is the meaning of the word conduct? Can anybody type in the chat box? Nobody?
Ma'am, students are not in this platform.
Okay, they are
So they are in the YouTube.
Fine,
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm sorry, it has been clarified that students are in the YouTube platform and they cannot interact. Okay, now I am here to explain the students' code of conduct. The conduct, the word itself implies as to how you have to behave. And every institution in the world has its own code of conduct. Any place you go, there is a certain way you have to behave, certain way you have to be dressed, certain way you have to speak. Now we go into a place of worship, say a temple or a church or a mosque. There are certain codes of conduct that we have to follow, isn't it? We can't wear whatever we want. We cannot speak loudly. We cannot talk loudly. We cannot shout. Correct? So that's what, even when you all are in the university or in the college, there is a code of conduct that you all have to follow. And congratulations, first of all, for becoming a student of Yenapoya University and the Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management, the college, the degree college. We hope that whatever are your dreams are doing. Now, how do we have model students? Model students can be the ones who are good in academics, good in co-curriculars, and also very well disciplined. I am here to explain the discipline part of it, whereas your teachers and your principal will tell you about the other aspect, the academics aspect and the co-curricular aspect. Now, in the Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management, we hope that you enjoy your studies and surpass your educational achievements. So, in this college, we expect professional and character development. This will be the key to the overall code of conduct at the college. Now, starting with the class timings. The class timings, I'm talking about the physical, the offline, the normal. Now we have got two classifications, the online and the offline in the new era. I am talking about the offline classes will start from 9 a.m. and go until 5 p.m. Again, because of the college timings, it may be staggered. It is ultimately your timetable will be suited to your course. The students are required to report to the classroom and remain seated 5 minutes ahead of the scheduled class timings. The faculty may not permit you to attend the lectures in case you do not adhere to any of the specified code of conduct. Now, if you're late, you need to have a good reason why you're late. And if you're absent, you need to probably show the reason for your absence. and you have to be in class 5 minutes in advance. Now, in the premises of the college, the students are required to be well groomed at all times. Now, what is grooming? What is grooming? Grooming is being well dressed, having your hair combed in place, and well trimmed and looking nice. Looking nice doesn't mean wearing a lot of makeup or being flashy. No. Looking nice means being presentable, being professional. That is what we are looking at. You all will be having a uniform, a beautiful uniform, which cannot be changed. You have to stick to the uniform and you have to stick to the code of conduct as far as your attire is concerned. Boys are instructed to trim their hair on a regular basis. We do not want boys with long hair. So girls can keep their hair short, of course. Wearing of caps is not permitted inside the college premises. Sideburns are to be maintained at a length shorter than middle of the ear. That is so much. Boys are not permitted to wear any jewelry except a single non-flashy wristwatch. They should wear laced black shoes with full black socks. Nails are to be kept trimmed and hair should not be colored, streaked or cut in fancy partings or razor trim or whatever else is happening nowadays. Students should be strictly in full uniform in the campus. It is reiterated that whenever a student is in uniform, he or she would uphold the dignity of the same and ensure that it is complete in all respects. Now, this uniform also signifies that you are a part of the Yenapoya University, and you need to uphold the dignity of the university by wearing it well, wearing it the right way, and also seeing that to it that it is clean and well pressed. So it is well maintained in all aspects. That is what you need to do. On Wednesday, students should compulsorily come in blazers. Fridays is a smart casual day. Now, girls with long hair that is below shoulder length are required to keep it tied up or well combed in a bun. They should wear a minimum amount of jewelry or makeup, and their nails are to be kept clean and well manicured at all times. Girls are permitted to wear one small earring and a non-flashy wristwatch. Burqas are not permitted in the classroom, and only black color shoes with a small wedge heel, well polished and always kept in good condition. A black belt with plain buckle should be worn. No deviations of the above dress code and grooming would be permitted. Now, most importantly, things to note. Students should wear their name tags, that is the identity card, when in the college on all working days. Anybody can ask you for an identity card if it's missing. It is mandatory, and some of you may even get fined for it if there is no valid reason as to why you are not wearing your identity card. I forgot, madam, is not an excuse. You need to carry your identity card with you all the time. It will be required at all points in the college. Students are not permitted to enter the college premises in casual dress. You cannot come in casual dress and then say, no, I want to change into uniform. No, you have to come in the uniform. Entry to the college building may not be permitted if the ID card is not worn. See, this is what I'm saying. In case the ID card is not available or is defaced, lost, a temporary ID form duly signed and stamped should be applied for on payment and collected from the college office. Now, madam, I forgot my ID card. That is also there. That's one excuse. I lost my ID card is also happens sometimes. You genuinely lose your ID card. Then what is to be done? You have to apply for another ID card and you have to pay for it, and it will be supplied to you from the college office. The next point. Students are to ensure that they remain in complete uniform even when they move from college to the hostel and back. Blazers, aprons, etc. are to be worn by the students and should not be slung across the shoulder or over the arm. It's not an accessory. You can't do that. It has to be given its due respect. So you cannot just go on wearing it whichever way you want. It has to be worn fully. Chewing gum or consuming food or any beverages is not permitted in the classroom. You cannot do that. You cannot chew gum. You cannot be munching on sweets. There's a time and a place for that. And you cannot be consuming food or beverages, tea, coffee, water is permissible, but anything else is not permitted. Uniforms issued by the college should not be altered by the student at any circumstance. Short pants are not allowed. The trousers which are stitched for you will be the normal regular trousers. Cell phones are strictly prohibited in the classroom and on the campus. See, the cell phones can be kept on silent or mute mode when you are in class. We don't say don't carry cell phones. Cell phones are a necessity. Classes are happening on cell phones, so you do carry them. But when you are in college physically, please keep them on mute so that it is not an hindrance or a disturbance to any of your other classmates or the teacher. You may even get penalized sometimes if you are caught flaunting the rule. Now, you can regularly log into the university website www.yenapoya.edu.in and check engage icon for attendance, internal marks and other details. Now, attendance. A minimum of 75% attendance is mandated to be eligible to appear for the examination. However, you are responsible for attending all learning and teaching sessions associated with your program of study. In relation to unplanned absences, you should contact your college within 24 hours of the missed session and provide the administration with a complete non-attendance form stating your reason for the absence. Students absent for 2 days during term have to report to the college with their parents. So please do not be absent for more than 2 days at a time. Failing to do so, the student will not be permitted to attend the class till he or she is accompanied by their parent. And you have to speak to the principal about it. We will always be there to help you in your absences due to some kind of, genuine circumstances. You have an issue, say there's a travel problem or you cannot make it, you're ill, somebody in your house is ill and you need to be there to look after them, we can understand. But unexplained absences, we will not excuse. A student who fails to respond to warning about his or her attendance may be required to enter into a formal attendance agreement. Such students may be withdrawn from their program if they breach the terms of their attendance. Now, the lateness policy of the Yenapoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce and Management states that please do attend your classes on time. However, we recognize that there may be exceptional circumstances. The lateness procedure the college adopts is to help monitor and combat lateness so that the students' educational never suffer. Complete a lateness form. In this form, students record their name, ID number, course title, date and time they have arrived. This is then signed by the administrator who issued the form. The lateness is logged into the record in the student database as well as the course register, which is later monitored by one administrator. If a student is regularly late, he or she is monitored and warned. The overall attendance percentage may also be affected, which will cease them from attending semester examination. So you remember, your attendance in class has to be 75% minimum, and you are even late for a few, days or something, you need to have a valid reason for it. It may affect your even being permission for being able to write the examinations. Now, fee payment. The term fee should be paid as per instructions received at the beginning of the term for readmission of the next year of study. The academic office will register your name onto the attendance register each term only on receiving notification of your fee payment. You are not permitted to attend classes until fee is paid and the readmission process is complete. A late fee may be charged depending on if you are how much you delay after the announcement date. Now, the college students' change of contact information procedure. Parents are strongly advised to update the college admin team immediately if their home address, email or contact number has changed. Parents can either fill in the change of address form, contact request form, or can send their request via email directly to yiascm@yenapoya.edu.in. Now, disruptive behavior. Young boys, young girls, all in a group, in a college setup. yeah, things do happen, arguments happen, heated arguments happen. Even people may start getting physical or slightly violent, and this is disruptive behavior. Now, following this kind of behavior, there are a whole lot of damages that might happen. So, the following will be construed as disruptive behavior and may lead to rustication from the institute after for facing an inquiry. The first thing, damage to infrastructure and institutional property. Any kind of damage, see, you have a beautiful college, if you have seen it, and it's very well appointed and very beautiful. If you destroy any kind of infrastructure or institutional property, you may have to face an inquiry. Physical violence and abusive language, like I said, young children putting together, things can happen. It's best in your best interest. You do not let those things escalate and report to a faculty in case you are facing any difficulty from anybody. Any senior, you're facing some sort of, I wouldn't say ragging, but some sort of harassment, please do inform your seniors. Or you can always inform your principal. There are enough and more people in the college whom you can inform such behavior. But please do not take matters into your own hands and try to solve it yourself. It will only lead to. Please take a senior, your mentor, your teacher, your class coordinator, your principal, student welfare officer in the university. Please take us into confidence and you can see that your problem is solved. Any kind of harassment, any kind, it can be verbal, it can be physical, it can be anything, please report it to the next higher authority. If it happens in the hostel, please inform the wardens about it. Now, the third point, intimidating or teasing anyone with intention of humiliating an individual that may lead to mental or physical harm. Now, push and pulling, fine, again disruptive behavior, but then intentionally teasing anybody or insulting anybody, that is also construed as disruptive behavior. So please do not indulge in that. Public display of affection. Now, in these COVID times, this need not actually be said, but it is most important thing. Public display of affection, hugging each other, holding hands, hands on shoulders. Please do not do that. It is very, very unhygienic, unhealthy, and it's not advised. And if the public display of affection happens between couple of either gender, then it becomes a disciplinary issue. So please do not ever indulge in such things in the campus. Whatever you all do outside the campus, we have no control over. But in the campus, we do mandate that you behave decently. Insubordination and disrespectful attitude towards faculty and support staff. Now, there are two kinds of staff in the college. One is your faculty, your teacher, your other subject teachers, teachers of other classes, and then you have the support staff, the office people, the akkas who are the housekeeping akkas, the security guard, everybody. They are all working for the university. Please remember that. If you insult them, you're insulting the university. If you're talking back to them, it is construed as disruptive behavior. Please do not. They can complain and they can seek some kind of inquiry into your behavior if they give it in writing in a complaint, and then you all will face difficulties. Cybercrime and theft of property. Now, this need not be said. Taking somebody else's phone and playing hanky-panky with it is not forgivable. That, in case it is brought to our notice, it will lead to an inquiry and you may be suspended. Theft is not acceptable in any which way. Please do not indulge in thievery. You may even land up in the police station. They will not hesitate to hand you over to the police in case you do something of the sort. I'm telling you very nicely, cybercrime and theft of property is a complete no-no. You cannot do that. Just because somebody's phone is lying there, you cannot start doing whatever you want with it. It may be locked, it may be unlocked, but it's none of your business. Don't touch it. It's not yours. Okay? Being inebriated with the consumption of alcohol, use of drugs and narcotic substances. Excuse me. All the three are not acceptable. You cannot use, if proven, it's proven that you have consumed any of the three, that's alcohol, drugs, or high on narcotics, you may be, this may be construed as disruptive behavior. You may even be debarred or rusticated from the university. Please remember that. We are a zero ragging and a non-tolerant campus to alcoholism, drugs, and narcotic substances. The next point, possession of weapons. Now, any kind of weapon, anything can be construed as a weapon. You have a blade, a dull blade, anything that can, harm or injure a person. It can be even a screwdriver or anything of the sort. You have it on your person, it can be construed as a weapon. Unless you are a mechanic who needs to have those instruments with you, please do not carry them. For whatever reason, even by mistake, don't carry it. If you have brought it by mistake, there is a security at the gate, at the entrance to the college. Please hand it over to him when you come and take it back when you go back home. So that's the thing on possession of weapons. It can be anything. It can be your cricket bat. It can be your hockey bat. It can be anything that can injure another person, not necessarily of metal. It can be even of wood. Please do not carry it in person. You hand it over to the security, like I said, and collect it back when you go home. Now, the hostel rules. Majority of you may be staying in hostel. We have a beautiful hostel in Bangalore in the Jappu area, where the students of your college will be staying. The rules of the hostel are: a student seeking admission to the hostel shall give an undertaking in writing that he or she, that means the parent has to sign it. Violation of any of the rules or any act of misconduct will attract penalty and shall make an inmate of the hostel not eligible to continue his or her stay in the hostel. The warden shall admit students to hostel and allot the rooms. The warden and resident tutors shall be in charge of each hostel. The student should return to the hostel before 6:30 p.m. However, it is recommended that she does not leave the campus. In case you have to go, please inform the warden. There is an in and out register. Please enter in the register when you are going out and sign in when you return back. The attendance timing for the students in the hostel is from 7 to 8 p.m. During this time, all hostelers have to be present in their respective rooms, and the respective rooms should be kept open every day to enable the warden or the resident tutors to take the attendance. That doesn't mean that you go and sit in your friend's room after that or before that. Most preferably, we would advise you in these COVID times, please do not go and sit in your friend's room and chat. Please maintain social distancing. Please wear masks and please use sanitizers. I will repeat that at the end of my sessions, but you please remember that. Now, there is a quiet time in the hostel. It is a hostel. So there is a quiet time. That time is devoted for studies. And if you are done with your studies, then contemplative. You can do meditation. You can just listen to some music, put on your earphones, listen to music. Quiet time in the hostel is 9 p.m. onwards. Dinner time is from 7 to 8. It is mandatory to wear your ID for dinner at the assigned food court. That's about the dinner and hostel and other rules. As far as the university is concerned, you will probably be explained, or you can come to know the rules and regulations of the university. Please check the website. The rules are up there on the website and you can go through it extensively. These rules are basically for your college. The university rules are slightly different because of the size of the university. And as this is a forum where I cannot interact with the students, I'd like to end my session by again reiterating that I would expect you to remember three things. It's a very simple acronym, SMS. One is social distancing, that is one S. Second M is for mask. And the third one, S, is for sanitizing. We all use the word SMS in our lives. We have been using this word for a long time. But the new version of SMS is what I want you all to be using in your lives. social distancing, mask, and sanitizing. So please do remember, and I will give out my number and my email ID. So just now, just get your pens ready. If you do not, I'll give you a moment's notice. I will be reading out my name, my mobile number, and my email ID. In case you have any queries regarding this session or any of the rules or anything that you all want to discuss more in detail, please do get back to me. I promise to reply. Not immediately, but when I get to it, I will reply. Okay. My name is Sunita Prabhu, SUNITA PRABHU. I am the Student Welfare Officer in the university. My mobile number is, I have two mobile numbers. I'll give you the second number. The first one keeps calling. 861-846. I've kept this number for the college students, the degree college students, 861-846-9329. Please make a note of it. And my email ID is studentwelfareofficer, all in small letters, no spacing, studentwelfareofficer@yenapoya.edu.in. I'll repeat once again. Student Welfare Officer, STUDENTWELFAREOFFICER, Student Welfare Officer @yenapoya, YENEPOYA.edu.in. These are my contact details. Please do get in touch with me in case you want to learn more or you have something to share with me. I promise to reply. Thank you very much, and I'd like to end my session by saying welcome once again. You've made a great choice, and I hope you'll succeed in fulfilling your dreams. Thank you. Thank you very
I extend a really heartful vote of thanks to our speaker, Ms. Sunita Prabhu, who spared time from her busy schedule to grace this event. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your words on Code of Conduct, which have enlightened our mind and have shown us a new path. This will definitely help everyone in their future. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you,
Over
everybody.
to
Welcome to Yenapoya once again.
Over to Sharina, ma'am.
Dear students and parents, today by this we will conclude the session. All the students have to be ready at 8:45 a.m. through the link of day 2 for tomorrow's session. Tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. all please be ready. Thank you. Thank you all. This is Dr. Sharina winding up the session. Signing off.